Well, I'll show you my extended table saw. I'm going to be cutting out some spar plates. That's those 1/8 inch plates that fit on the spars, the front, that make the spar. And all I got is a little $99 table saw, and I want to cut them straight, so I kind of improvise. I've done this before. I've done this one over. What I do is I make my assembly table in two parts, and then I scoot them apart. Now I whip me up a little table to adjust the height, so I got it up close, and then I've got a board across here with spacers and everything bolted down, screwed down to hold it precisely right there. So I've effectively got me a nice long table saw. And what I have is I'll have to be careful about setting a straight edge here, but there's my fence. Set it for the correct thickness with the board. Then I'll screw it in place. And my tables, these are basically, I'll call them sacrificial. You can use them on one side until you get tired of them, and then flip them and use them on the other side, and then throw them away and put new plywoods on top. Anyway, what happens is I've got a little over 8 foot on this end and 8 foot on that end to work with, a little over, so I can take my 4x8 sheet of plywood up there, get everything set up just right, set it up there, and run it through the table saw. And it won't take very long at all to make some real nice spar skins. Anyway, once I get that done, that little angle on the top, that roughly 9 or 10 degree angle, I can cut that. I set my blade and set everything precisely and cut that on the leading edge spars. That makes it easy. That little trailing edge piece of wood that's roughly 12 foot long, that's about 3/8 inch on one edge and about 1 inch high and about 1/8 of an inch on the other edge. You set your blade and set everything and run it through there and you're done. Now, how do you get 12 foot in here? Well, you open that door down there, and you open that door down there, and I got all kinds of distance in. So it works quite well. Now I've got some ribs laying here that are drying, and one of the handy things that you always use a lot of is the sanding blocks. These are pieces of wood, flat wood. This is a 36. That's a little aluminum piece there. But I have different grits of sandpaper on here, and I use them for different purposes. Some of that sandpaper needs to be replaced. And on this end of the table saw, I got another straight edge down there. I can extend out as far as I want to go and cut whatever I need. Now, while I've got my camera out here, just something else I'll show you real quick. This is where I'm putting my ribs together. I've got my part of my ribs here, rib that's the second side, the first side, and all of my boxes back here with all the parts and the gussets and the little pieces that go in the wing, building the rib. And more to come on this. I'll get a video putting together one of these ribs here one day real soon. But anyway, I try to streamline this as much as possible. I'm using Titebond 3 to put my ribs together. Works great, no fuss, no muss. And I tell you what, I've never done anything but tore wood when it comes apart. It takes the wood apart, and if you take the wood apart, you can't get much stronger than that. Anyway, that's enough for today.